Cason Wallace here alongside me as the Thunder taking on the Denver Nuggets here on the road. First time that these teams have met all season. Hard to believe, Cason, this is a team you saw 7 times in the playoffs. They're a division rival, and yet here we are the 1st of February, and you're just now seeing them for the first time. What's this like as you kind of gear up for a team that you're familiar with in the back of your mind, but it's maybe a bit of a refresher here today as you get geared up for them?
We just got to come out with a lot of energy. We know they're going to have a good crowd here since we're on the road, and, they have some new players that we didn't see in the playoffs. So just come out and, execute our game plan.
Coming into the season, you guys, talked about just this hunter mindset, and we're seeing teams, try to match that with you all throughout the course of the season. As you talk about that energy, the effort, the intensity, what's that looking like on the floor the first few minutes of the game as you get out there and try to really, rip into this game?
Yeah, like you said, the first few minutes set the tone. So just try to, throw the first punch and, not have to fight back, later in the game. So just establish a little bit of force early in the game.
And with this Nuggets team, part of establishing the force is dealing with Nikola Jokic at the point of attack and, trying to fly around him and cut off passes. What are some keys for you all as a 5-man unit in dealing with that?
Just play with all 5, show him a crowd, the whole game. And, he's going to make some shots and just make sure they're overhand and highly contested.
You're one of the best dig down guys in the league. If you see Hart or Chet or J. Will isolated on him or Valanciunas, what goes through your mind as or instinctually in terms of the timing on those types of plays?
Help him out, but still, be aware of, his passing ability. So being able to still get back to my man, but also do my job and help him.
This is the first time all year, 2026 calendar year, that you guys have had 2 days off in between games. Tell me about the mental toughness that this team has forged over the last few years, and what is taking here kind of in the dog days of January when you guys have had so many injuries to just keep rolling up night after night and trying to get the job done.
Yeah, we just got to come out and try to get the job done. Like you said, we down a few bodies, been having a game every other day, so can't let fatigue set in, and just mentally be strong and ready to fight.
Are you feeling some of the experiences that you've had over the past few years kind of feeding into this season that, okay, we've been through, all sorts of different challenges and things, and, how you solve problems together that way?
Definitely. I feel like over the past few years, we've built the muscle that, no matter who's out, we're going to put our best foot forward, and that's what we've been trying to do these past few weeks.
Well, another opportunity to do so against a high-level team here on the road. Cason, good luck tonight. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, that's Cason Wallace. I'm Nick Gallo, and this is Thunder Basketball. With your physicality and the touch and everything like that, what did you do to prepare yourself to be able to actually, hit the court the way that you did?
I mean, you have to give a lot of credit to the Thunder staff. I think they did a great job just helping me get back. I mean, I think being out for that many games, you're come back rusty, and I think you just have to mentally kind of just get through that and just get through the first couple games and kind of just get back to where you were. And yeah, so I think first game wasn't great, but in general, I think you just kind of play through the rust, play through just getting back to how I was playing before, and it'll be all right.
And it's kind of rare for you guys to be playing a division opponent this late into the season. I know you're really familiar with them, but
Yeah.
they've looked different just without Jokic for the last month or so. What's your take on the matchup tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team. I mean, we played them last year in the playoffs. I mean, they have a great group of guys. I mean, yeah, main focus is always on Jokic, but I think they have good complementary pieces that we just have to, just as a team in general, just get back to playing the way we want to play, and I think we'll be good.
When you have a point of attack center like Jokic that you're dealing with, are you trying to vary up the looks throughout the course of the game where you're helping from single coverage, or is there also an element of like, okay, if we find something that's really working, like staying with that as long as we possibly can?
I think there's a mixture between both. I mean, I think sometimes if something's working pretty good, you kind of stick with it. But again, I mean, we have the best example with that is Shea. I mean, if you give Shea the same look the whole game, he's gonna figure it out. So I think just with smart IQ guys like that, you eventually just have to maybe switch it up a little bit.
Dating back to even before you got here, it feels like this team has had the luxury of being able to use the regular season. It's kind of like it's oyster, trying all these lineups, experimenting, still being able to not coast, but being able to win while experimenting. This is probably as injured as you guys have been in the past 2-3 years. Just how different has that experience been?
It's definitely different. I think last year, I think we had injuries, but it was more. It'd be like one guy's hurt at one position, but then we have the other guys to kind of fill in. And so I think for us, it's just a good mental experience. I think for us, it's especially looking to the playoffs. I mean, you want to stay present as possible, but I think these adversity kind of situations help us learn, help us be ready. I mean, you saw in the playoffs, every series someone else's name was called. And so I think putting guys in different positions, putting guys where they have to maybe handle the ball a little bit more, or we just have to figure out different ways to win. I think that's something unique, and we just have to embrace it.
Jose, what did the rehab look like for you, just knowing it was a repeat thing with that calf and how tricky those can be?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just made sure it was healthy. I think that was the biggest thing. We didn't want to rush it. I think that's just like a mixture between training staff, myself, and just kind of be on the same page. I mean, as a player, you always kind of want to push back and try to get back as fast as possible. But I think they're great at what they do, and you just have to listen to that. And yeah.
Are you the biggest thing for you now, kind of getting back in basketball shape, getting your win back, stuff like that?
I think in general, it's just like, I mean, you can only simulate so much playing against coaches. And again, I think with something like this, it's kind of more, you don't play that much before. And so it's now just kind of getting back in the rhythm, getting back to playing how I was playing before I got hurt. And yeah, I think it'll come eventually. And I think we just have to get the rust off and just kind of go from there.
It's only natural, but do you expect a playoff atmosphere tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they're great fans here. I think anytime you play someone that you play a 7-game series with, I think the fans are always really invested. And I mean, that's how it should be. I think it's great for the game. It's great for the league. Having games like this where fans can be invested as they are. And
We didn't get to talk to you about this last weekend, but snowstorm comes in, you make the big donation to the city rescue mission. Most people are trying to figure out wife, kid, how do I make sure how did it jump into your mind that that's what you wanted to do or needed to do?
I think just me knowing how privileged I was in that situation. I know I had everything I needed. Was kind of thinking about how can I help others, and I think especially with how bad the snowstorm was, I just wanted to make sure that no one was out in the snow. No one had to go through the cold. And so I think just talking to City Rescue Mission, seeing what they need, and I mean just how they brought in so many more people. They needed more staff, so I was ready to give back anything I could.
This is a little off track, but just you've been around all year to see his recovery. What have you seen from Topic as far as behind the scenes? What he's dealt with?
Yeah.
Just leave your side.
I think you have to respect the stuff he's been through. I think he approached it in the right way. I think as a team, I think what makes us so special is that we were really there for them. I mean, even seeing just like throughout the whole organization, Sam making sure everything was okay, making sure everything was right, making sure we were informed, and just seeing on a day-to-day basis how even kill he was, even though it's something pretty hard. And I think that was just the most impressive thing. It was how he approached it, how the organization approached it, and yeah, I'm just happy to see him back on the court, happy to see him making jokes, smiling again. But I think you just have to give a lot of respect for Sam and everyone, how they approached the situation, how supportive they were. Because I don't think a lot of organizations would be that supportive, and I think they did a great job with it.
Chet's probably going to be named an all-star tonight. He's shifted back and forth between the 4 and 5, given some of your injuries, J-Lil being out.
Yeah.
What's it just been like seeing how he's sort of shouldered the load for you guys this year?
He's been great. I mean, he's been great all season. I think the impressive part is how focused he is on the winning. I mean, I think, again, a lot of players, if you look at different players, they'd be just focused on, hey, how can I make the All-Star game? How can I do that? He's really just focused on how he can help us win. And he's been impressive. I mean, he helps win basketball games. And then his individual talent this year has been great. And he definitely deserves to be an All-Star this year. And we'll definitely be excited when he gets it.